Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today we are talking about our boobies again. So this month I'm going to be 6 months post-op. Oh my goodness, I can't believe I'm even saying that. I know every time I graduate a month, I'm like, wow, I can't believe I'm at this point. Like, I remember the nights of no sleep, discomfort, back pain, stiffness, couldn't raise my arms, couldn't do anything. Like, it was bad. If you guys do want to see the first week, how raw, how real it was, my true feelings, I do have a vlog from the first week post-op. If you guys want to see that straight out of surgery, it's right here and I'll link it down below. But for today, we are going to talk about implant sizing and choosing the best size for you. This is our girls, almost 6 months post-op, and they're looking amazing. I know choosing the implant size can be really nerve-wracking because this decision alone is going to determine what's sitting on your body for the next 10 plus years. So I know it's a really big deal, and I get a lot of questions from you guys like, hey, I weigh this much, I'm this tall, which implant should I get, which ones do you have? And so I'm just going to spill all of my advice that I can give you guys for choosing what works best for your goals and your body. So without further ado, let's get into it. Girl, not the dry, cracked lips. Okay, I do have my little notes right here so that I don't forget to tell you anything. So first things first, we need to identify what your goal is. Do you want something that's more voluptuous, maybe like anime boob, just more fake and obvious that you got them done? Or do you want something that's more proportional, just balancing out your body? Maybe you have like barely any tissue right now. You just don't want to be flat. You just want to balance out your body. That's what I wanted. Or maybe you want to stay small. You want to stay looking petite. You don't want it to be very noticeable at all. You just want a little boost. So there's different types of implant goals you can have. So that's really important to consider when choosing the right size for you. Obviously, not everyone is going to want the same result. And I think a lot of people don't understand this. I think most people assume that if you want implants, you want to go big, you want them to look fake and round, but that's not always the case. That doesn't have to be the case for your results. I know when I started sharing my journey and I was telling people that I chose 350 cc's, I was getting a lot of feedback and people were like, oh my gosh, you need to go bigger. If you don't go bigger, you're going to regret it. And to this day, I think that I did choose perfect size. I understand why people say that because there's such a thing as boob grade, and also if you're going through that much pain, like you might as well make it noticeable. But also that's not everyone's goal. So for me personally, I am happy that I chose something that's just proportional and I got what I wanted. So the next thing that really helps is to save inspo pictures. Take screenshots of something that looks realistic to what you want on your body. Now, it is important to consider that these people might have a different body type than you. For example, if you have a larger like athletic build, then your inspo pictures maybe shouldn't be a girl who's like tiny and like 4'11", you know? Like, you want to make sure that your inspo pictures are realistic to what it would look like on you. So these are the inspo pictures that I chose for myself. Well, as you can see, I chose people who were a little more toned. Like, I'm not super toned, but I do work out and I've been working out and I know that I will forever. Like, that's a part of my dream body, is having being fit and toned. So I made sure that all my inspo pictures were like that. So some things to consider when looking around and shopping for implant sizes and looking through references is choosing someone with a similar height, a similar weight range to you, and someone who's in a similar fitness level to you. Next is to communicate with your surgeon. To me personally, I don't think there's such thing as telling your surgeon too much. If anything, tell them way too much. Spill your mouth. Tell them all of your concerns. Tell them all about your goals. What are your non-negotiables? What are so important to you? Like, maybe like you really want to make sure you want to breastfeed, or you really don't want people to take you the wrong way. You don't want them to be that noticeable. Like, let them know everything that you're considering, what's important to you versus what's not so important to you. I know for me, I prioritized looking proportional. That's what I communicated. I also prioritized that I want to be able to work out freely without hesitation. I do pole fitness, Lyra, like aerial fitness. I've done Pilates. Like, I just want to be able to do everything without feeling like I'm gonna hurt myself. If I need to do a push-up, I want to be able to do a push-up. And I also let him know that I wanted to breastfeed. I do want to have multiple children, so that was also another thing that we talked about. At my pre-op, I did show all my inspo pictures to my surgeon and he told me, okay, this girl looks like she has 350s. This girl looks like she has around 400. And it really helped me imagine like, oh, okay, so I want something around 350 to 400 then, because based on my inspo pictures, that's what he guessed she had. So that was really, really helpful for me. And then when it came to trying on sizers, which is what we're gonna talk about now, choosing what sizers to try on now was much easier because we had already talked about what my inspo pictures were within the range of. Next thing to really help, and I think this is the most important to get you a good idea of what the implants will look like on you, is try on sizers. I tried on sizers at my pre-op appointment. I tried on a 350, 450, and like 500, 550. Based on what we had already talked about, I was like, okay, I'm probably gonna like the 350s. Tried it on, immediately loved it. And then I also tried on the 550 just out of curiosity so I could at least know what it would look like. And I was like, yeah, no, it confirmed. I don't want to look top heavy. I don't like how, you know, like a big chest looks like on me. I felt like it aged me. I felt like I looked like I already have 3 kids. Like, it just made me feel so much older. And that's not what I wanted. I still wanted to look youthful and, you know, young, plump. So I thought 350 was great, and it is great so far. But I definitely advise you guys to try on sizes that are maybe out of your comfort zone, like maybe a little bit under what you're going for and a little bit over, just to confirm that's not what you want, because maybe you do like the bigger size and maybe it's a surprise, but at least you tried it on and you know. You have that peace of mind. Okay, this is what I like, or this is the range that I like. So I recently found out you can actually rent out implant sizers without going to a surgeon or having a consultation. You can rent them out and try them on at home. And Auggie provides that service where you can rent them. I actually have the rentals with me right now. This is not sponsored. Sponsor me. So they have implant sizers that you can try on. This is a 250 for reference. A lot of people have told me, oh my gosh, I want to do 250, but I'm scared that it's too small. Girl, I'm just gonna be honest with you. Most of the time when you guys tell me you chose in the 200s range, most of the time you guys do think it's too small after all. 250 is pretty small. This is what it looks like compared to my chest. It really depends on how much you already had, but 250, girl, is small. This is a 350. So this is what I have in my body right now. As you can see, it's pretty accurate. And then this is a 450. 450 I did try on and I felt like it was way too big, and I just felt like I looked so busty and I didn't want that look. So I do have a discount code with them that you can use. It's right here. But trying on the sizers, you guys, is so important. I think that's really the only thing that will absolutely confirm what looks good on you, what you feel good with. So if you don't have access to a consultation or you're not sure where to go, you can always rent them. I personally did try on sizers with a consultation, but I think that's a great option. Like, I wish I knew about that, or else I would have rented those much sooner. Next thing is to do your research, okay? Getting a breast augmentation is a legit surgery. I think a lot of people think, oh, I'll be fine, like I'll go to work the next 3 days, like it'll just hurt a little bit. No, it's a legit surgery. Yes, some people have a very easy experience, but for me at least, it really scared me. It was a very intense thing for me to go through, and I had never gone through surgery or anything, so I didn't like the experience, and it honestly scared me, and I don't think I would ever get anything else done. Maybe I would get them redone in the future, but that's it. I am good. But do your research so that you can truly know if this is the right decision for you. There are pros, but there are also cons. There are risks involved. There is such thing as capsular contracture, which you are always at risk too, especially when you're breastfeeding. You have a higher risk, and as the time goes by, the risk does go higher too. So that's something that you're always going to have in the back of your mind. Another thing to research is implant placement. It's not as easy as just putting the implant in and just give me 350s, there you go. No, there's placement, there's silicone versus saline, there's profile, there's the risks, there's just so many aspects to it that you need to research. There's over the muscle versus under the muscle, or dual plane. I was going to do a dual plane, that's what I was scheduled for, but the morning of my surgery I changed to over the muscle. That's because I did my own research and I found out, oh my gosh, I don't want them to cut my pec muscles after all, and I don't want my chest to have any kind of deformity when I flex, when I work out. I just want to be like able to do anything and they won't move. So doing my own research saved me, because I know that I chose the right decision now based on what I found out, based on what I learned on my own time. There's only so much that the doctor can tell you versus like only so many questions you can have in the moment. So if you do your research, you come up with more questions and it'll help prepare you for what to ask also. You should also research silicone versus saline. I know they both have their pros and cons. I chose silicone. I know people like saline specifically because it's healthier for the body. If it were to rupture, it's just saline. It won't harm your body when it absorbs, versus silicone kind of just leaks out and it sits there in your body and you maybe will never know that it actually ruptured, which is bad. There are pros and there are cons. I mean, I can make a whole other video on that, but I did choose silicone because I chose over the muscle. So if you do saline over the muscle, you can see the ripples more easily, since saline is a little more like a water balloon. It has ripples on it. So silicone holds its shape better, it's more firm. And so when you do it over the muscle, it's recommended to do silicone. And also I didn't want to have a flat boob if it were to rupture, which now thinking about it, I think saline is better for that reason, but there's pros and cons. Like I said, do your research. So after I did my research, what I came up with is getting 350cc moderate high profile extra, which is between moderate and high profile. So as you can see, they're not like super forward, they're kind of on the natural side. So that's the profile. I got Mentor implants, which is what my surgeon recommended me. I know there's other brands like Motiva Ergonomics. I know a ton of you guys have been telling me about that, but my surgeon said that he usually goes with Mentor. So I was like, okay, if that's your forte, like just do what you usually do, because I don't want you to try anything new on me. My next piece of advice is to ask around. Ask people who have had implants, whether it's in person or online. I know that helps so much. I did ask around, especially in the pole community, because I feel like my situation was so niche. I know that I'm going to do a lot of pull-up movements, but just so close to the chest, and like I need to lift my whole body. So I was like I need to ask pole dancers. I need to ask them, the ones that have done implants, how do you feel now? Do you regret it? Things like that. Regular everyday people who are way older than me and have had them for 10 plus years. I asked everyone, and everything they told me was so helpful for me to put into perspective, not only for now but for my future. People do have regrets. Ask them, what do you regret? What are they? What would they have done differently? A very common regret that I received was that they regretted not doing it sooner, which I was like, okay, that's perfect. I love that for you. Like, that's the best thing you could hear as a regret. Personally, my only regret is doing it so soon before having children, because I want to have kids like next year, but I got my boobs done this year. So I'm like, I could have waited. I could have at least gotten my boobs done way sooner before having kids, or waited after I had kids. So that's my only regret. I'm like, I don't want to get them done and then get pregnant immediately after. So that's my only regret, is timing. Other than that, I don't regret the placement. I don't regret the size. I think it's perfect, and I'm so happy with my choice. I'm so happy that I do have them, and I can't believe that it actually happened. That's all that I wrote down for you guys. If I have anything that I missed, I will put it in text right here. But I just want to say thank you so much for watching my videos, and I hope that they have been a help to you. I know how hard it was for me to find someone with similar dimensions to me, getting over the muscle, 350 cc's. So I just want to share all of my info that I can, so I can help you guys make the best decision for yourself. Maybe you do want implants in the future, or you're like 2 weeks out, or maybe you just realize you don't want to get them done after all. So I'm here to help. If you guys have any questions, literally ask me anything. Nothing is TMI, as long as it's appropriate. And yeah, subscribe so you can continue to hear my nonsense, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye. My best friends are always with me. We sing, we dance, we laugh, we are happy every day.